Welcome back to Talos Principle 2. I'm dear darling, and why are we here? What truth awaits us? Why don't we answer more of these questions together? In what were we doing last time? I'm just trying to find the right sensitivity of my mouse. Here we go. Ah, yes, we built the bridge, didn't we? Well, I thought we did. Apparently we spawned over here, but I thought what happened is we built the bridge up to the mega structure using the Tetronomers. Also, why did I put my mic so far away from my mouth? Sorry. That was really aggressive, sorry. We did, okay, so it just spawned us over here. So we built the bridge of the Tetronomers up to the tower. The only thing we have left to do is actually cross that bridge. Okay, so just trying to figure out how to even get up there in the first place. Navigation always the difficult part. Excuse me, how do we get up? Oh, here we go. I was like, I knew there were stairs somewhere around here. Yes, so I don't really know what happened last time with everything. Was it we saw... It wasn't Pandora, was it? It was different from usual, where we were told not to believe someone. I can't remember who. And it was all very strange. No, it was to not believe Pandora. It was the Sphinx telling us not to believe Pandora? Oh, it didn't immediately put us into the temple area. Do we keep going up? I guess so. Up and up and up. Hello. Can't move. Who's it this time? That's Pandora, right?
The philosopher Stratum of Stagira had little respect for the gods.
Okay,
and
sure.
Instead placed his faith in Prometheus. Driven by hubris, he asked questions that must not be asked, and revealed
like what?
secrets that should have remained hidden.
Would you say he opened Pandora's box?
But for these offences, he was put to death by the people of his city.
It's pretty rude.
See the folly of his actions.
And trusting those who he thought he could. It's never folly to pursue the truth, even if there's a cost. Folly was not his, it was the people who acted foolishly. There was no folly in pursuing the truth, it's only his methods were mistaken. It was foolish of him to give his own life in the pursuit of truth. He should have respected the traditions and belief of his people. Okay, well, obviously not that one. Okay, so it's either one of these two. I mean, yeah, the folly of the people who executed him for pursuing the truth. And then you can argue this that you kind of had to play within the system that you're given, in a sense. I think this one's probably closer to like the meaning of what I want. I think this is like the wrong sort of vibe. So I'm gonna go with this.
Yet he was the one who broke their laws. Why do you judge them and not him?
Well, that's why I want to counter my point, but he had to play within the system that he was given, right? He did not take a life, because unjust laws should be broken, because the truth is the only thing the future can be built on. Unjust laws should be broken. That's an interesting response. I'm not sure if that was initially what I was going to go for, but... Unjust laws should be broken. Or, you know, perhaps the general concept that the law should be built on a solid foundation in the first place, and establishing a system with faulty laws is the inherent problem, rather than anything else. Okay, well, let's go with this. Let's see where we go with this.
Decide which laws are unjust. You?
Everyone must decide for themselves and act accordingly. We must decide collectively. Some moral principles are self-evident. This is a fair point. I didn't really want to go down this discussion, because this wasn't super what I had as like my intention of my point, but this is a fair question. Because we must decide collectively. Those are the laws that were decided, so why, contradiction? Everyone must decide for themselves and act accordingly. Well, that doesn't... The same outcomes can still transpire if someone else disagrees, right? Some moral principles are self-evident, I feel, is more of a baseless fact which she's not going to be happy with. I think she checkmated me, philosophically. So we're going to go with this.
If the law is not obeyed, it is not law. And
well, I guess law is kind of built on the communal principle of everyone wanting to work together. Then we should make better laws, better chaos than injustice. You're right, I don't know what the answer is.
And yet one man's vice is another man's virtue. How will you
That-
make laws that lift up all and oppress none? Consider this as you approach the flame.
Oh, interesting. Is the flame going to redefine our society? Well, I guess that's kind of what it is, because... So, the flame... Okay, I'm starting to see the full picture here. This is... The flame is metaphorical in the sense that because we are making all these discoveries about energy, etc., it's going to uproot our society, right? Pandora's more like a warning rather than anything, because she can't stop us.
The entities might be epiphenomenal in some way.
Epiphenomenal?
Instead of causing the changes in the system, maybe they just respond to them.
Yeah, okay. So basically that. She's more like a messenger. She's like a warning to be heeded, really, rather than she can't stop us from taking a flame. The flame in this case probably being the new technologies, new energy, completely uprooting the system. And the point of that conversation was she's basically saying, hey, you should consider the effects of like what changes this will end up happening. Where I can't think how to phrase this. This is like a pursuit of truth, but the pursuing of a truth can go against, I suppose, principles already established, and we should think carefully about how differing opinions can contradict each other before we accept this new I can't think how to phrase this properly. It's not quite what I meant to say, but basically it's like a teaching lesson, a warning, right? That's what I'm taking from it.
Outside world, but even back then, that wasn't really encouraged. I ran into Byron on Jameson Avenue completely by accident. And
change your life?
I was too nervous to talk to him. I mean, he was one of the first companions. But he noticed me, and we started talking, and he was really encouraging. Introduced me to Garrus, and took me along on an expedition to the quarries in the mountains. Whatever flaws he may have, Byron cares about people. He changed my life.
Yep. That's Byron in a nutshell.
Nice guy. Everyone's flawed in the end, I suppose. That was actually a very interesting conversation, Pandora. I don't think I had a good answer. I feel like it's very easy for me to be a little bit sort of snarky and like riposte back, I suppose, with, oh, you know, that's not exactly the thing I was trying to convey, or pose my own question back. But you know, Pandora actually stumped me there, despite it not necessarily being what I wanted to say.
I'll need you to connect to the data stream again.
As per usual.
I'm really sorry, 1K.
Yeah, don't apologise.
But I think it'll be worth it.
That's just what life is, full of risks. Let's consume this memory.
Have you seen Miranda's design for a transport system that would connect all the labs to the machine?
It's amazing, isn't it? I think she's really excited about showing this place to people one day. She also kept asking me about what kind of monuments we could build, you know, to really transform the landscape, show the possibilities.
But her capsules only fit one person.
It's a bit inefficient.
Just the first iteration. Give her some time. She'll figure it out.
We have trains ready, don't we?
Remember how many mistakes we made in the beginning, even with all the blueprints we had?
But that's not my point.
Where did you get the blueprints from? Hold on, what?
She lacks context.
Context?
Her imagination is incredible, but it's still limited by what she hasn't experienced.
Okay, I think that's fair.
Would it have been better if she'd been raised in New Jerusalem? If her mind was limited by self-hate and decay? If all she could imagine was sitting around ignoring the universe in favor of self-righteous solipsism?
Wow. Oh my word, Athena.
I don't know.
Sorry. You're not wrong.
Wasn't Athena the leader of New Jerusalem? Also, I don't know what solipsism is. Like, I've heard the word before, but its definition escapes me. The quality of being very self-centered or selfish. Okay, fair enough. Oh, wait, hold on. Solipsism? What was that? Philosophy. View a theory that self is all that can be known to exist. Okay, that's interesting. So sort of like, yeah, what was it? Like, you're the only existing being. Centrifuge. Interesting. Oh my word. Is this going to be like a Disney rotating sort of stage thing? RGB converter. What a very clean design, I think, for his laser area. Rotate platform. Okay, interesting. Rotating platform. Okay, so what do we need to do? We need to get both a blue and green laser in. So, okay, so let's rotate clockwise. Because I want to... Oh, okay, we can't exit that way. I want to see what's going on in here. Inverter. And that had a red laser to turn blue? No, this has a red laser to turn blue. Let's not just get access to everything first. So we can only ever shine a laser from one of the directions, which is confusing. Because the other laser we have... That's a blue laser. That's red. We can take a red, invert it to blue. Oh. Do we even need a blue laser? Because if we take the red, put it here, invert it to blue, and then use this to power both. Why do we have the other laser? That's strange. That's really strange. Why do we have another laser thing over there? Like, what's the point of this? We didn't use it. This must be a breaking level. And what I mean by breaking level is a level where we can break the bounds or something using it. That's my only guess, because that seems like a pointless blue laser otherwise. Is that level 2? Is that level... would it be clockwise? Yeah, it would be clockwise, right? Interesting, though. So, I guess the stage itself has now become a mechanic. I assume it's not going to be restricted just to a rotating platform. I would not be surprised if we have, like, other... Oh, no, this is the golden gate. If we have other sort of... things that can move about and restrict access, but gain access to other areas too. That's my guess.
I don't like sand. It's
coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere.
And it gets in my ball bearings.
It's alright, we all know the meme. We all know what you're referencing. I think it's a prequel. It's a Star Wars prequel thing. I've not actually seen the Star Wars prequels, so... No, actually, that's not true. I've seen part of, I think, Phantom Menace? Is that one of them? There's something up here. Except for I was very tired that day, so I think I slept through most of it. And I don't really have much desire, honestly, to... This must be a Literacy one. It feels a bit out of here. I don't have much desire to actually read the prequels. Oh, it's not. The Riches. From Selected Archive Document RT. Rosebud Liquidator. Getting rich was the worst thing that ever happened to me. I see that now, at the end, when the insight is useless. Not being poor was great. No longer having to worry all the time, being able to afford the best doctors, being able to go on holidays, being able to take care of my mother. But being rich? It just isolated me. It changed every interaction with every other person, because suddenly I had the ability to change their life, to fix all their problems, and they knew it. And I knew it. A simple choice on my part could take away so much of their pain. Every interaction became infected by this inequality between us, and it made me bitter. It made me feel every relationship, even with family, was transactional. I was desperately looking for some genuinely human experience, but I seem excluded from it now. And it made me resent everyone. What I didn't see, or what I only see now as I'm dying, is that I could have used that money for good. All of it. I don't mean giving it to some NGO run by other rich people. I mean really using it. I love movies. How many indie movies could I have financed? How many books could I have gotten published? How many could I have just... How much could I have just built? Not another villa for myself, but things that would benefit civilization in general. Heck, I could just given it away. Made all those lives better. Taken away that pain. And if at the end of the day I was only left with enough money to be upper middle class, so what? At least I would have been the person I wanted to be. A resource wealth as such has no value. It only matters in terms of ability to act. But what made this ancient human so unable to act? Can't have been a personal failing, as most people of similar wealth acted the same way. Perhaps the answer lies in scarcity, or a system built on it. naturally optimizing towards resource accumulation. Historical circumstances, not individual sin. But I have read about rich ancients who did act differently. They were rare, but they did exist. So it is possible for people to defy the will of history. It's probably more of like a numbers game at this point. It's difficult to become rich without a more cutthroat attitude, or I suppose inheriting it in the first place. And those who were rich and, you know, have the selflessness to, you know, give it away, don't stay rich. So, Trinculo, Athena, it's all a joke, isn't it? A giant prank perpetrated on all of us. The goal, the founder simulation. I don't even think you exist. I don't think biological humans ever existed. What nonsense. I bet these messages go to Mayor's inbox or straight to recycling bin. You're suck, Lamau. You're suck, Lamau is such a funny phrase. From Hypatia's Journals, Volume 1, The Founding of New Jerusalem, and Day 676. After the chaos of the last months, quiet has returned to the city. I suppose we're calling it a city now, and although this small collection of dwellings, inhabited by a mere 25 people, seems to barely deserve that designation. We'll have to come up with an actual name soon. I suspect after the first 1 or 2 decades, calling it the city is going to get a little bit stale. Everyone has an opinion, of course. It's the talk of a town these days. I'm personally hoping that New Alexandria will win out in the vote next week, although I suspect Elohim's legacy carries the most weight. Byron came up with some silly suggestions like Constantinople, Very New York, and Robot Paris. So this is the naming of New Jerusalem, back when it was 25 people. Is this a data stream? Oh, I assume so. You got anything to say? Oh!
This one seems to be corrupted. It's almost like something tried to
Sorry, the vocal soundtrack.
Downloading it.
Oh!
Pandora, maybe.
I don't think it is Pandora. I'm gonna be real. If it's anything, I think it might be one of the people in, you know, Byron, Athena, Cornelius, Miranda, or someone else. I mean, maybe another bad actor, but I don't have much reason to believe Pandora actually has much of an effect or anything. She's only really been talking to us, and only when we determine it, to be honest. Okay, we've got about 2 minutes. Let's try and see if we can, if this is a quick one, we can just solve. Passageway. A lot of these statues about the place in this world, isn't there? I feel like that must be significant. Is there a lever? No, I can't see a lever. Okay, so open up. The door is real. Yeah, that's a turntable right there. I can see it. Oh man, these levels get big. Okay, so we rotate clockwise. Let's go grab this. I'm not quite sure where we're going to use it yet. Then rotate clockwise twice to get another one. This looks like it's going to be incredibly motion sickness inducing if you're not careful. So I'll do my best to not cause motion sickness by staring directly at the platform so we don't see the rotation of movement. I hope the end's through there, so then... Because if I do this, then it probably won't be motion sickness inducing, hopefully. What I want to do is... this. And then we can do a... No! Why did I do that? I want to do a... Nice. Opens this up, presumably. Ooh, red laser. Interesting. Ooh, red laser. Very interesting. How do we do a red laser over here? We need another connector. Surely. That can't be right. Red laser's here. There's no way we're going to get visibility on it over there unless there's another... I feel like there must be... Maybe I miss another connector in here somewhere? Oh! Right, okay. I should have just rotated it clockwise instead of triple anti-clockwise. Oh, I don't know if... No, we do need the other one. Okay. Oh, I guess I could just look down and that's probably... I don't know if that's more or less dizzying. Right, because we need this one here. And we do this, and then we do this. Right, now we can do both. Okay. So now we need to set it up again. Oh. And actually we can do it a little bit easier this time by doing it like this. Now that's powered up. Get in there. Counterclockwise. And we just got to make sure that we're not going to block anything. Yes. Okay. Reset that connection. Run over here. Boom. Done. I wonder if we'll find out what the significance of these statues are then.
I spotted the lab with the drone. Sending you the coordinates.
Thank you kindly. I suppose we'll continue in the next episode. So, for now, if you have been watching, thank you very much. This has been Talos Principle 2. I've been Dear Darling. Likes, comments, subscription, shares, greatly appreciated. Social Discord down below. Hope to see each other again, but for now, it's our farewell. So until next time, bye-bye for now.